I'm now joined by Jon Medved, who is a specialist in investment opportunities and the CEO and founder of OurCrowd, joining us from Modi'in in Israel. Jon, thanks so much for coming on today. Really appreciate your time. As we know, pleasure. As we know, this announcement is really being lauded right here in Israel. Tell me, Jon, how significant can these ties be when it comes to the investment arena?
Really significant. This is going to open up doors that Israelis have dreamed for generations could be open. And the ability now to do business, real business, especially in the startup arena, innovation, in the areas of healthcare, cybersecurity, education, ag tech, with our partners in the Gulf is going to be transformative. It's going to be lots of money, and it's going to be lots of value. And people like myself are already at work on these ties, obviously. We haven't really talked about them publicly yet, and we won't do it for a little bit longer. But we are so excited about what this is going to mean for both the Gulf countries, the UAE in particular, as well as Israel.
Jon, you mentioned the healthcare, and as we know, we are in the midst of a pandemic right now. How likely is it that Israel and the UAE may work together on trying to develop a vaccine for coronavirus?
I hope it's very likely. Look, we're involved already in a program up in the north called MigVax, which is building the world's first oral vaccine. And we brought a bunch of investors on OurCrowd into that program. And we would like nothing more than when we're successful, God willing, or maybe inshallah, with this vaccine development to make it available to the broader world, but in particular to our partners in the Gulf, and to work together with their doctors and their researchers on this and others. There are other requirements such as diagnostic testing and therapeutics and telemedicine. There's so much we can do together and will do together in the near future, inshallah.
And Jon, tell me, what are the current unofficial relations between these two countries? It is understood that there are some sort of under-the-table dealings.
Well, I wouldn't call them under the table. Let's just say not in the public eye. I've been as a business person and entrepreneur active in that region for over a decade. I can travel there with my American passport, which I hold in addition to my Israeli passport. And in fact, in my last company, Bringo, we had such significant ties that we had to disclose them publicly when we filed for our IPO with the S1. So, and I'm not alone, right? There are hundreds, if not more, Israeli entrepreneurs who have been actively on that trail with the Gulf and building relationships. See, this is not about a quick buck at all. This is about building really deep ties that mean a lot. And I can tell you from my last visit in Abu Dhabi about a year ago, when I spoke at the SALT conference, they are ready for this, and they want this as much as we do. And so I think that the fact that this is now becoming out into the light of the public and is going to be official is a wonderful thing. To have a third Arab country now developing normalization and full peace with Israel couldn't be better news. It's just great.
Well, it certainly is a very interesting and a very exciting time there. Jon, thanks so much for coming.